Everybody, it's Pete. Good morning. It's Friday morning, June 26, 2020, and not a monster edge in the market today. We traded near the lows for most of the day yesterday on super light volume. I'm specifically talking about the market. We actually had some stocks that took off yesterday. But I want to get this clear heading into the day today. From a market perspective, we are about as stuck in neutral as you could possibly get right now. Since the FOMC announced the policy rate about 2 weeks ago, the market actually broke down on heavier volume, has been having lower closes on heavier volume and rallies on lighter volume, which is not the recipe for us heading back to the upside. I'm not saying we're going down. What I'm saying is that the market itself right now has very little edge from one day to the next. We're not seeing well bid. We're not seeing well offered. We're certainly not seeing good volume in either direction as far as with consistency. We're at two big green candles or two red candles. The weekly charts are kind of consolidating right now. So the point that I'm making is that if you want this to be a long-term way of making money for yourself, cash flow from month to month or profitable investments from quarter to quarter, which we call position trading, you need to know when to step on the gas and you need to know when you have a little bit tougher environment. And we do have good stock-specific ideas. For example, I hope you took advantage of Spotify with us yesterday, which was just a monster move. Same thing with FSLY. Trade of the day yesterday, we had an SE. Didn't quite trade down to 100, but did perfectly trade into the previous day's low to find support. So there are some stock-specific opportunities, but other than those specific opportunities, the market's been it's been less forgiving as it was prior to the FOMC announcement. So again, if you want to learn how to read the tape and put these pieces together, definitely click down and learn how other traders are doing in the boot camp. Let them tell you how good it is, not me. And if nothing else, you'll learn how to not lose money first, which is a big part of trading, by learning how to put these pieces together, which actually brings me to a stock that everybody's talking about right now, which I think that if you are a new trader, especially if you're trading a stock, and you haven't proven to yourself that you have discipline, you're out of your mind for trading it, quite honestly. It's moving fast. It's moving a lot. And the last 3 days have been explosive. Absolutely great if you have discipline. Absolutely great if it's real risk capital. But if you're losing thousands of dollars because the stock pulls back once, or you've earned money and you're holding it and it just turns around and you think it's going to come back no matter what, you're out of your mind. Stocks don't work that way. Stocks pull back. So look, it's kind of like a public service announcement right now that everybody should not be in this stock. It's exciting. It's fun to watch. It's amazing. But the proof is on the chart, and I'm going to show it to you right now. So how's that for a build-up? All right. So obviously the stock that I'm talking about right now is this one, INO. The last 3 days has garnered a lot of attention, and actually we pull it up on the 15-minute chart so you can see what's going on in the stock, and with good reason. It is exploding. It is tradable, right? But what people are ignoring are moves like this, where the stock pulls back hard, and we're waiting to see that same exact thing happen on the daily chart. And quite frankly, some of the people I'm speaking to, you're going to get clobbered. You're going to get absolutely clobbered if you don't have the discipline. And if you don't believe me, look at this. This isn't that long ago. This is just 2 days of trading where it went from 20 down to 6. You're going to get stuck in one trade that you believe is going to come back, that's not going to come back, and it's going to wipe your account out because of a news story or because of volatility that you just say the stock always comes back. It has to go up. Somebody recommended it in a chat room or in a forum or wherever you happen to be looking at it. I'm telling you flat out, as an experienced trader, it's awesome if you have experience. It's awesome if you have discipline. If you are a brand new trader who doesn't have discipline, if you're a brand new trader who even closely has the mindset that don't worry about it, the stock's going to come back, this is proof of what could happen if you don't have discipline. Yeah. I want to make it clear, don't take out of context what I'm saying. It's a great short-term trade if you have experience. Don't misquote me. I want to make it clear that's what I'm talking about. So getting into the market now, I just want to make it a little bit more clear about the edge that I'm talking about. You can see that we're basically flat on the futures, maybe up just a little bit. but the lack of consistency from one day to the next in the market, the volume much heavier on days that we're trading to the downside would imply that we're going to head down, but so far we're not. We actually closed on the highs yesterday, and right now we're sticking there. Again, I don't want to get into the news as much as I possibly could, but the news and the reason we sold off in the first place in February seems to be getting worse. So I'm not really sure how we keep going up, ignoring what the market's going to look like in the back half of 2020. Now, again, don't misquote me. I don't want that to happen. I'm talking about from a tape reading perspective. We're stuck in a range from the market. We have to be super hyper-focused on stock-specific ideas today, which even taking that a step further right now, we're going to discuss SPY, which, gosh, I really hope you took advantage of this yesterday. It basically opened on near the low and just traded higher the entire day. I tend to be booking my profits a little bit quicker for my day trading opportunities. We had some people in the community that were in it all day and especially in the afternoon. And to give you an idea of what that looks like, that's actually what it looked like. We got involved here for the first entry. I got out into this push higher. Again, most of my trades, especially my day trades, we look for the average true range of what a stock can do. This actually did double the normal trading range yesterday. So one trade, again, pays for the entire month. We're looking for follow through again today. But again, you need that line in the sand. You need to understand how to read the tape to understand whether you should still be in the stock or not. We had quite a few people in our Monday coaching call for the boot camp ask if I'm stuck in a position, how do I know when to get out? Well, the answer is you should know that before you even put the trade on. So clearly there's scenarios here. At minimum, there's yesterday's high, yesterday's close, and then you could add some intraday price action. If you're looking to swing trade the stock, you can use both of those, but especially if you're day trading the stock. FSLY, we're also looking through today here as well. We had a couple of days of consolidation and punching through. If you're not long the stock already, wait for it to get above yesterday's high for a swing trade. NVAX was called out a few times in the community yesterday as well. I am not looking to buy this stock today. If the stock opens higher and pushes higher, I am actually looking to be a profit taker, not initiating a new long. It's not a short sale. I love the stock long, but not after traveling this many days in a row. And again, we often talk about you need to know what perfect looks like. And it's kind of this. You're getting well bid 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 out of 8 days, closing on the highs, specifically these 2 days, specifically these 4 days. Those are the days that you should have conviction and feel great about those positions. And that's a part of the edge, a part of the probability. But the fact that we've gone so far in this window, a lower opening you can consider to buy because that's expanding the distance between yesterday's high for a first target and today's opening. But an open here and a push higher for me today would be profit taking, which, by the way, I strongly hope that you took advantage of DKNG today. If you're not sure, we called distribution in this stock Monday morning before the market opened, and we got some really good pushes to the downside all week in this stock. So hopefully you participated in that. ACN, interesting stock breaking out to new highs. Now we're actually at the 217 resistance level and a monster gap with good volume into that level. I'm going to look at this more as a potential swing trade that must be in your watch list. I want to see it pause above 217, looking for the next move, and I'll be looking for about a $20 to $25 move past that 217, 218 level. So really let it get up to 218 and stay there for a day or two for a new swing trade. Peloton keeps popping up in the list. We talked about yesterday, a good swing trading stock, very tough to be as a day trading stock. If you're looking for a new swing trade, this pause right here is similar to what we're looking for and what we just discussed in ACN. So we're going to be looking for another pause. So mark this down, maybe one more day of profits today, but then we're going to be looking for a pause to hop on a new swing trade next week. Square actually consolidating for 4 days now. I do like this. This is, again, kind of a new pause, looking for a new push higher. I like this long. I'd be having a buy stop if I wasn't in this closer to the 108 area. Eli Lilly actually popped up in the list. You can see we actually drew this line, excuse me, that's bad English, up at this 155, 160 level. And again, if you're new to the channel, you know that I am focused on what is the actual price that it's having a hard time getting through. I don't draw my support and resistance lines just up here randomly. I look at the price and say, where is it actually struggling? And this stock right now, 160, got through it, failed, failed, and we're back above it again. So this is going to be on my watch list today. As long as it's above yesterday's high, I'm going to initiate new swing trades, looking for a little longer trade. Etsy, nice pause here in Etsy. That's what you want to see to initiate a new bull flag longer term trade. I like to call it pause. Flags really aren't as clean as they used to be. TDOC Health, actually inside candlestick in the middle of a pause. I'm looking for some follow through there as well. LVGO, another one. For this trade, very specific today. I'm looking for a pullback from today. I'm looking for it to test yesterday's low, find support, and then ultimately look for a new swing trade long. If it opens higher, I'm going to let that open higher and then pull back and look for my bid. I guess that's really more of a day trading entry. We do have a couple of interesting stocks on the short side today. TAP Molson actually has been well offered now 3 days in a row, heading into support. I'm not going to be looking to buy this stock. I'm going to be looking for it to push down, pause at 34, then maybe swing trade it on the short side next week. And WIN just got absolutely beat up the last 2 weeks, actually, after it was looking really good, breaking out of this consolidation finally. Just became a mess. And again, if you watch yesterday's Stocks for Breakfast video, we talked about reading the individual candlesticks within the context of the order flow. And you can see how much it's closing below the open. It's not a long at all right now. It might bounce today. Who knows? This is a stock I'm looking to actually keep on my radar for a possible short next week, especially if the news continues to get worse. Obviously, we had the bank stress test news yesterday. We had Nike will be in play today, which earnings is trading lower. I actually said in yesterday's call that if it trades higher, I'll be looking for a new swing trade. If the news is not good, I'm going to leave it alone, so I'm leaving it alone. But the banks, you have to have them on your radar today. They will be in play. We had the Volcker, I can't even say it, Paul Volcker news rule yesterday about the possibility of loosening the rules on what banks are required to have. I got scared when I hear they start to loosen the rules that were put in place for a reason. So we're going to keep an eye on Wells Fargo today, JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs too, in that general arena, although that's trading much lower today. So you can see the reason I'm calling out the banks right now is not so much that they're great trade setups from a tape reading perspective, but the banks will be in play today, which means that if you're an active day trader and you're looking for stuff, and if the market happens to be kind of neutral like it was for most of the day yesterday, the banks could offer a day trading opportunity today, but really the longer term charts don't really have any clean plays right there. But news after the fact usually creates good volatility, again, if you're disciplined. So take what I said as general advice about INO and don't take it out of context. It's absolutely a tradable stock if you have discipline. Keep that in mind. Be safe, everybody. Have a great weekend, and let's have a profitable day. Take care.